Hey guys, welcome to an episode of The Hammer. I was about to say Battle Bros there. If you if you haven't noticed, I'm not Rob. It's me, Toxic. With me is Seb, and new to the show is Savage. You'll know him from Battle Bros. So, how are you guys going?
Yeah, not bad. Not
Not
bad.
bad. Savage, your first episode. You nervous?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
just put him on the spot, make him feel easy for the first show.
yeah, trial by fire. So, so yeah, if you weren't already aware, Rob is stepping down from the Hammer, and he's passed the torch off to me to kind of run this show and make sure it goes smoothly. So let's hopefully that we can get through an episode, shall we? So, what do we have first? First we have. So let's just get straight into news, rumors. I mean, that's kind of just what we talk about, so we'll see. Here we go. So, no plastic Thunderhawk. If you weren't aware already, there was some... Oh, I haven't got my scenes right. There we go. There was some rumors that there was going to be a plastic Thunderhawk, as seen in this picture that I just put up. About... Was it from the White Dwarf on the back of it, I think? Is that correct,
Yes,
Seb?
this is the last page, the parting shot from the White Dwarf.
Okay. So yeah, that's sad news to me. I mean, I was kind of hoping that was going to be a plastic Thunderhawk. I mean, what about you, Savage? Plastic Thunderhawk? Would you, if they were going to come out with one, would you have brought it?
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
Plastic Thunderhawk. Who
What's not
wouldn't
to
buy
love?
one?
Yeah, because the idea of the plastic Thunderhawk was that it was going to be coming out when Apocalypse 2.0 or whatever they were going to call then, their Apocalypse reboot was going to come out. That was, I think, the rumor. And now,
Apocalypse 2 Electric Boogaloo.
yeah, and now apparently there's the margins aren't sufficient, and at this point it's not worthwhile. Is that basically the story, Seb? I mean,
Yeah, so it came from an anonymous source on the Fight 212 website, and yeah, it just looks like the present Thunder margins aren't sufficient to make it worthwhile. Although there might be something big coming up with the new Apocalypse release, though. So we don't know what that will be necessarily, but we have some ideas later.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a shame because I don't think there's anyone out there that wouldn't enjoy Plastic Thunderhawk. So that's the picture there. I've got it up now. I guess you be the judge if you think that's a plastic Thunderhawk. But word is now that it's not.
It's just like, why are they tempting us? It's the last page of the White Dwarf. It's obviously gonna start some debate, as it clearly has.
Yeah, definitely. So
I
oh,
I did read on forums and stuff that like it could have been like an April Fool's kind of joke thing. So who knows?
yeah, I mean that's a pretty mean April Fool's joke.
Yeah, well, have you not been paying attention to Games Workshop lately?
Yeah, they're not doing the smartest business choices. Anyway, we'll move on to the next one. If there's the next one is Black Templars went missing from the Games Workshop site and are now back up. Fez they will be with the Space Marines. So as far as I can tell from that, is it them saying that they're not going to get updated and that they just got removed to be put in, like, with the Space Marines Codex, or what do you think?
I think
Sam?
that there's a few sort of ideas kicking around. I think it might have just been some kind of technical thing with them coming off the site, maybe even just stirring things up. But people are up in arms and terrified that they won't get their own sort of codex action. But I think it probably is just something to get us worked up. I'm sure they will get their own, or their people will be even less happy with Games Workshop than they are already.
Yeah, Savage, what are your thoughts? Because you played Black Templar. I mean, that was one of your first armies that you ever played.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on them? May or may not be getting a release.
Um, I'd like to see a release in the Black Templar. I'd definitely be interested to look into what it had in it, but who knows with Games Workshop lately? Really, like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if they just got rid of them and put them in the Space Marine Codex.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think it will happen personally because I think the Black Templars are so unique in. I think they're unique enough to get their own codex. Personally, that's what I think. However, in saying that, a lot of the things that made them unique are kind of part of just the general Space Marines now, and it wouldn't be hard to tie them in with Space Marines in this new Space Marine Codex. Like, because the big thing I can think of is that they have their, like, scout armored initiates in squads with their powered armor, regular Space Marines, and it wouldn't be kind of a hard thing to have an HQ in the Space Marine Codex that would let you do that. But I mean, personally, I think they're unique enough to get their own codex, and I think they deserve a new one. That's just my thoughts on the matter. Anyone else have anything to throw it in?
With the last one, how many different chapters got their own in 5th edition? So obviously there's some Dark Angels so far in 6th.
Yeah, I think currently we have Space Wolves that have their own, Blood Angels have their own, Black Templar have their own, Dark Angels, they had their own before 6, but now they've been updated. Am I forgetting anyone? Oh, I mean, Grey Knights, I guess, but they're kind of not Space Marines anyway. But just general Space Marine chapters, I think that's about it. Savage, am I missing one here?
That's different.
Yeah.
No? Not missing anything?
Nope.
So yeah, they are as different as some of the other ones there, so
yeah,
it looks like it would be appropriate.
definitely, and doesn't take much to add in a few units, because I always used to think that Dark Angels were a little bit too close to the regular Space Marines. Their only difference was the fact that they had, the Deathwing and the Ravenwing, but now they've got completely different units that Space Marines don't get. So I think it's not going to be too hard for them to redo Black Templar and just throw in a couple of new units. So next topic, shall we? The next one is about a possible unreleased Forge World model. And that is, I have the picture right here. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, okay, froze a little bit there, I think, but this is so possibly a new Forge World model. Seb, is that
rapier
correct?
Weapon. Yeah, it could be a possible gravitation rapier weapon. New rapier squad with heavy bolters. Seeing the new White Dwarf, but it's also popped up on Aaron Dembski-Bowden's blog the other day. So it could be new grav weapon from the new Horus Heresy Betrayal book.
Okay, I'm glad you've said that because I did not know who ADB blog was. I mean, I know who it is, but I didn't put those letters to a name.
So Aaron Dembski-Bowden's site had it. Yeah, blog site had it.
And he's an author for Black Library. Is that?
Yes. He did Betrayer, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear from some of the leaks before that it looks like the Iron Hands are going to be one of the new, not a new chapter, but in the next Imperial Armour, like Horus Heresy book, whatever they're calling them. It looks like Iron Hands are going to be one of the main ones in there. I think there's already been a leak on some Iron Hand Terminators, and these look like Iron Hands. I don't know if that's the chapter, but they look like Iron Hands to me. They got the black armor.
Yeah.
Is that Savage? What are your thoughts on this possibly new model? I mean, does it look like a conversion to you, or are you actually thinking that this might be a Forge World model?
It looks similar to something I've seen. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I think it looks similar to one of the rapier turret-looking things that they have. So I think the other one has like las cannons on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm looking at the gun, and it doesn't look like anything I've seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently a gravitation rapier weapon, whatever that kind of means.
Yeah, let's speculate here on the rules for a gravitational weapon. Like Savage, what comes to your head, like rules wise, to a gravitational weapon?
Maybe something like with a push or pull effect, maybe like
Yeah.
your magna grapple or something like that.
Yeah. What about you, Seb? I mean, I know you're not completely familiar with the rules, but if you had to speculate wildly on a gravitational weapon.
It can almost increase the gravitational mass of what it was firing against. So, for instance, if it hit a Space Marine's power armor, it could almost have it crushed to the floor.
Yeah,
That could
like
be,
that'd be kind of cool actually. You shoot it at a unit of Space Marines and maybe it halves their movement, or or just completely stops them from moving, depending on you know. So it could be a really fun addition to the game. Again, I'm not entirely sure if it's a conversion or a new model, but I mean, let's always hope for new models. We'll always try and hope that it's going to be something new. At least that's how I'll look at. I'm going to look at things from now on. I'll always try and look at the better outcome than the worse.
it's good. New show, new toxic,
Yeah.
new drinking, new thinking.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else to say on the possible gravitational weapon?
Not really, other than to be interesting to see that kind of thing applied against a Titan or something.
Oh, we didn't mention anything about Terminators.
No, we didn't hear anything about Terminators. There's nothing new about Terminators, Fox.
Yeah, maybe gravitation turns every enemy it's fired upon into a Terminator.
Okay, we're gonna move on before this gets out of control. Korax Soulforge. New Horus Heresy book, yes, Seb? You're into the books, so.
Indeed, it's the new limited edition novella coming out. It's Gav Thorpe, Korax Soulforge, Victory is Vengeance, and carrying on the story of the Raven Guard and Korax after things going a bit dodgy on Deliverance Lost. And I'm personally hoping they get back to the exciting levels of Raven's Flight, because Deliverance Lost was a bit of a disappointment for me. But it's available on the Black Library website for the next few days. It's a limited release thing, £30. I know I'm normally against the limited editions, but I had to get this one.
So this, once it's gone, you're never gonna get this story again, or?
Yeah, it's the same deal as with Brotherhood of the Storm, which now that I have read it, I really wish I had bought one.
Yeah, it's I mean that's interesting. I mean I'm really not into the Horus Heresy series as much as I should be. If maybe I was, I would, definitely be looking at this, because I mean if you're not going to be able to get this story again, I mean what about you, Savage? You don't care about what order you read the series in.
I don't know. Is there Terminators in this one at all?
No, I don't. It looks cool. The picture on the front looks cool. I can give it that.
It does say it has extra special hidden content, so maybe there's a Terminator inside.
Yeah, I think the only what are they called? The small novels.
Novella.
Yeah, I think the only one I've read of that is it was one of the Gaunt's Ghost ones that came out. It was just a small book, but I think it might have even been small. I think it was only like a chap book or something. So, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. They're a nice little package, but they're just quite expensive. But you get nice lot of art and things, and a hidden surprise inside. So it's like a Kinder Egg, really.
Yeah. So why do you think they're doing it in a limited edition, Seb? Like, is this something that Black Library does often? I mean,
this would be the 4th or 5th now, because there was Aurelian, Promethean Sun, Brotherhood of the Storm, and this one, as far as I can think. But I think it's just they get to make a nice little package with some extra art and stuff. But really, I think they get to whack the £30 price tag on it and get everyone to go crazy about it. Is I think really the main reason.
Yeah, because it's like a really popular series, obviously, and it just seems like it's such a popular series that making a limited edition. I don't know if it's the best move. You know, I mean, obviously you're going to get a lot of people buying it, but just in my opinion, like that's a story that, you know, once it's gone, like you're never going to get it again. It's well,
Yeah,
unless you
download it.
yeah, unless you go through other means, but yeah, it's a bit of a
But
shame.
they did change what they did, because it used to be just 2,000, and now they do it to order.
Okay, well at least that's something. They give you a chance, but I mean, I don't keep up with Black Library releases, so if I was really a fan, well, maybe if I was really a fan, I would keep up with it. But you know, it'd be a shame to miss something like this. So, yeah. So any other thoughts on that before we kind of move on?
No, just grab it before it's gone, really.
Yeah, definitely. So our next thing we have noted down is that so far there's no change in the release order that we've kind of gone over plenty of times on this show. So so we've got May High Elves, June Eldar, July Apocalypse, August Lizardmen, September is a mystery box. So it's looking like Blood Bowl Warhammer Quest, October Space Marines, Dwarves question mark November, Hobbit
Yeah, there's some
December,
speculation about November.
and January Tyranids. Is December Hobbit, is that because there's another movie coming out in December, or is that just a random release?
I'm not sure if it is to coincide with the movie, but they've been having few. Like, we don't really get to cover them because there's been exciting Tau and all sorts of other stuff going on. But they're releasing a handful of models each month as they go along.
Hmm. Yeah, I noticed a couple that came out. Was it last? I don't know. Recently, they came out with like a Gandalf model, Gollum, Bilbo.
Radagast.
Yeah, and then that's some nice looking models. But yeah. Savage, what are your thoughts on that release schedule? Because I know that you not always as up to date with the Hammer episodes as you should be.
No. But hey.
So what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. It'd be. By the way, I've seen talking. Like I don't read forums that often, but
No,
I
you
thought that
just go in there and praise Games Workshop in their stores and talk to the managers.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Games Workshop, oh, you're so good. Don't ever leave. No, I thought the Space Marines might have come before not Dark Eldar.
Oh,
So, yeah, but who knows?
what about what are your thoughts on Tyranids January? Because you're a Tyranid player.
Was
Is you never, once you start, you're never not.
well, I don't know. I'd definitely have a look into it. But yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see what they do with it because I got no idea. Speechless.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll move on from that. So here's a topic that we've discussed in Battle Bros. Unfortunately, that episode isn't up yet, but it's the fact that it looks like Australian prices are now going to be more in line with American prices.
Ha!
Yeah.
Ha! Ha ha!
But don't get too excited, Australians. It does not mean that your prices are going down so much. More of the lines just means that American prices are coming up. I think there's yeah, there's a few prices that came down a little bit, or I don't think they came down with the Tau release. It's more that they didn't get released as expensive as people were expecting. Codex is still $83 in Australia, $49.50 in America. But the big things are like the Riptide, $85 in America. It's only $90 in Australia.
Sorry, I just found that really amusing. I thought that was quite a positive story we had.
Yeah,
But
it
it's
looks
not.
it looks like it, but it's I mean I'm looking at it and I don't think it's that positive because I mean, Savage, you're obviously buy your 40k in Australia. You look at those prices for the new Tau, and is there anything there that looks like it's come down in price?
No. It seems to be pretty much exactly the same. So it looks good from outside of Australia, and then but if you're in Australia, you know that there's nothing changed.
I think it's a really backwards way of fixing a problem because everyone knows that's a problem. Is Games Workshop pricings in different countries? They don't change it for, if the dollar gets stronger and stuff like that. And they've decided to fix this problem by kind of just making it more expensive for everyone. So instead of bringing Australia down, they're just making it more expensive for everyone else.
Yeah, well, now you can all suffer.
I mean, that's as far as I can tell. However, I was expecting the Riptide to be over $100 in Australia. I think that one, to me, looks like it came down a bit.
Yeah, but then
go on.
you
Yeah.
look at the Dread Knight, and that's pretty sure that's the same price.
Yeah, I was just about to say that actually. The Dread Knight, it is the same price, but if you look at the kit itself, I mean, it's a bigger model. I think there's more parts. But yeah, about the same price. It's hard to say. It's hard to judge now because this is only one release. But
Yeah.
like who's going up, who's going down. Personally, I think if I'm gonna have to say anything, based on Games Workshop's kind of track record, I would say that more likely they're going to be increasing prices. I mean, Seb, what's your kind of thoughts on this? You not living in America or Australia?
Yeah, well, luckily coming from the motherland of Games Workshop, I'll probably get the best deals, but and free postage sometimes, which is nice. But I'm kind of blown away because I really thought this was a nice, fun, positive Australian story to bring Savage in, and clearly we've just upset the Americans instead.
I mean, I don't know if it's I mean, to me, $85 American seems like a lot for that Riptide battlesuit. Is that just me, or I mean, it seems like a lot. I haven't really been over here enough spending American dollars on. I mean, I'm still spending my Australian dollars over here, so it's all good for me. But it seems expensive to me. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I mean,
things do seem crazy expensive these days.
Yeah, it's a hard one to kind of go over, but so what's Fox said? I'd probably just say yeah, okay.
But apparently the Fantasy Army books are cheaper than the Codexes. Codices. I apologise.
Yeah, I always thought that was yeah, so fantasy, I mean, you're still getting a better deal when you're buying your fantasy army books.
And I also think Chaos Demon is the way to go, so you can cover all bases.
Yeah. Oh, we got an also. They sealed the fantasy books?
Yeah, my Warriors of Chaos turned up sealed.
That's odd. Is there like some nudie pictures in there that they don't want us to see? Like,
it's like that tearaway strip.
Well, it's
Yeah, it's the Slanesh page.
Whenever I see a magazine that is sealed, that's what kind of what I think about. Working in a convenience store, I had a lot of sealed magazines like that, so that's just kind of what I think about. But yeah, booty demons. Okay. Next topic, I guess, unless anyone wants to throw in anything else on the prices. I mean, if you
depress people enough.
Yeah, if you want to hear more of it, we talk about it more on Battle Bros. That'll be posted probably today, tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, so we'll move on to the Apocalypse models and rumors. So I think we've talked about this kind of before, that there's kind of talk and rumors that they're going to be bringing out a new version of Apocalypse sometime this year. Feels right. It's been a while since they brought out the last Apocalypse, and as far as I can remember, a lot of people were buying pretty big kits when that came around. So, what Savage? What's your thoughts on another Apocalypse coming out? I mean, I know you don't play much Apocalypse, but
yeah, I reckon it's probably time. Like, it's outdated a fair bit as well, with like 6th edition and everything. So it'd be interesting to see what they go with that. and if they bring out any new models with it.
Yeah, well, we have a list of some new models that apparently will be coming out. The Dark Elder Void Raven Bomber. They have the jet fighter, but they have yet to release the Void Raven Bomber. And apparently there's a dual build Imperial Chaos Titanish thingy, bigger than a Baneblade, smaller than a Warhound Titan. Assuming that it's probably a Knight Titan, which is the smallest version of a Titan, I believe. Seb, you've been kind of looking at these rules a little bit, these rumors a bit more than I have.
Yeah, well, these are pretty fresh. They're just, as far as I see, there was going to be a big flyer wave this year, and it looks like pretty much all the flyers have been bundled in with each release. So the Tau got their flyers, the Elder are going to have flyers in their next release, and so people that haven't been released yet, or they're going to have some more flyers and big models coming to keep up with the apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, people have been talking about flyer releases for, before 6th edition came out. They've been, it's a month of the flyers, and it's never showed up. They had that 1 month where the Space Marine Orcs got one, but that's hardly a flyer month. Personally, I'm excited about another Apocalypse. I don't play much Apocalypse. I've only played it in Games Workshop stores for events, but big kits. Maybe not a plastic Thunderhawk, but they'll be releasing something. I can pretty much guarantee that they'll at least release some big new model. That's always awesome. I guess we just have to look forward to what's going to come out with that, because we don't really have too much on there right now.
It's one of the things when we mentioned the Tyranids before, having the big Dominatrix coming, and then there's the huge Riptide with the Tau. It seems each army might end up with something extra big and huge, which might be more appropriate for the Apocalypse stuff. Because how does the Apocalypse really work? It's huge big games, but is there any more? Does it get more technical than that?
The way that I feel like it's kind of portrayed is that it's to get your whole collection on the field. It's basically kind of an edited version to make big games run a bit more smoothly. There's really not. There's a few rules, like there used to be rules on flyers in Apocalypse, but obviously that's now in general 40k. It's that's
fair enough.
Pretty much what it is. Yeah. Fox pointed out that it's kind of like in fantasy how every army is getting some sort of big, monstrous creature-looking thing. Trying to think of a few ones, but all I can think of is like the Manticores, the big two-headed griffin bird thing that the Empire gets. Chaos got those big. I don't know. I can't remember the fantasy names, but the
Forge Fiend rip-off things.
Well, yeah, Slaughter Brutes and the other one. I'll leave it as other one. High Elves are getting Phoenixes. Yeah. I think I missed something for the. Apparently, a Imperial Guard Hydra and Hydra variant will be coming out, and the Imperial Guard Colossus and Bombard, whatever that is. I know the Colossus, not the Bombard. Forge World already has a Hydra. It'll be nice to see a variant. I mean, it's not hard, just need to switch the guns around. But yeah. So next, anything else you guys want to say on Apocalypse before we move on to our next topic?
No, just
good.
Looks like it's definitely coming soon.
Yeah, keep your eyes out. Should be fun. So our next one is a little bit of Forge World. It is, let's see if I get my scenes right. Here we go. A new Imperial Armour book. Seb just sent me the link to this today. I don't know, did it just get shown today, or has it been out for a while, these pitches?
I think they just came up today. I got them from F212, but I think they're up. They've been up on the Forge World's YouTube page today.
Yeah, it's so it's from what we can tell. Well, you know what? Let's play the video now, and this is what's. Let's hope this works. We got a video released by Forge World. What's the guy's name? That can you remember?
Off the top of my head, I can't, but it does come up straight away in the video.
Okay. I was gonna introduce him. No. So here we go. We'll play that, and everyone can kind of see, and then we'll kind of do a little talk on it. So here we go.
The Fall of Orpheus is Forge World's latest Imperial Armour book, and it deals with the Necron invasion of an Imperial sector. The setting of the book is an Imperial sector on the very edge of the Imperium, and an ancient Necron dynasty which we've invented newly for the book, the Maynarch, awaken and invade the sector, and the Imperium's response to the military crisis uses both the Minotaur Space Marines and the Death Corps of Krieg. Contained within the book is the history of the Orpheus sector itself, the background and the story of the war that engulfs it, and of course, as is usual in one of our books, campaign system, new army list, and lots of new models. The book's been a great opportunity to expand and add a lot more depth to the story of the Necrons as found in. As part of that, we've got a new Necron army list, which is the Dark Harvest of Maynarch, and fighting that, we've also got a new army list for the Death Corps of Krieg, the Assault Brigade. As well as that, in there you'll find some excellent new stuff for the Space Marines, some 6th edition updates, and even some new Minotaur stuff and new background as well for both the Krieg and the Minotaurs chapter. We've got some fantastic new Necron models for the book, including the Tesseract Ark, which is a skimmer tank which contains a fragment of an imprisoned black hole in it. You can unleash the energies of that across the battlefield to devastating results. There's the new Night Shroud bomber, there's sentry pylons, and I think my personal favourite is the Tomb Citadel, which is an enormous Realm of Battle tile, which Necron players can either use as a fortification in their armies, or you can just use as a great piece of scenery. For me, this has been a great project and really interesting, not just because it's let us deal with the Necrons for the first time properly at Forge World, but also because it's allowed us to show the real sweep of warfare in the 41st millennium, the idea of an entire sector at war at once, entire planets being invaded, populations wiped out. And really, we've tried to get across the kind of the grandeur and the terrible tragedy of war as well that occurs, so it's been great fun to work on.
Okay, so there it is, the kind of unveiling of the next Imperial Armour book there. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that looks amazing. Some of those pitches were insane. Like, wow, like that just kind of made my day looking at this morning. Just kind of blew my mind and gives me a lot of faith in the in the hobby. It'd be good to see Forge World releasing a bit more fantasy stuff like this too. So yeah. Savage, I saw you sitting back, kind of watching that video. What are your thoughts on just the video alone? You know, it's a nice video.
Yeah, it's a good video. It's got a lot of pictures in there, and yeah, I reckon it's pretty interesting. Like, I haven't seen much Necron stuff from Forge World before, so it'll be interesting to see if they do like a second wave of miniatures or whatnot. But yeah, I'd definitely take a look at it. I haven't really looked too much into like the Imperial Armour books before, but
yeah, I mean, for people that don't know, Imperial Armour books, books released by Forge World, and they kind of like campaign books. They have, they're just beautiful full color hardback books. They have army lists in them. They have, rules for new models. They have lots of fluff and backstory, and they have special missions and just ways that you can play the campaign that they portray in this book. So that's kind of what an Imperial Armour book is. Seb, what are your thoughts on the book? I mean, and the new
Well,
models.
Well, I echo Frober's right and say it's a beautiful thing. It does look wonderful, and it's nice to see the like brand new artwork. Like you always see all the artwork that goes around on Tumblr and everything, but it's nice to see the stuff brand new for the new models. The one thing I thought was a bit odd though, they've been releasing these things that are part of it over the last few weeks and months. You would have been surprised they have not done some kind of one-click collection when they do bring it all out.
Yeah, I mean, I think slides wrong there. The Forge World bundles that I've seen, they actually save a little bit of money. Not much, but they do have a few bundles for the Horus Heresy series that they kind of have. And as far as I can tell, you actually save a little bit.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, the models look great. I mean, that little tank thing, apart from my first impression was, how does he see? I mean, obviously he's a robot. I know he's probably plugged into a video camera somewhere, but I mean, that looked pretty cool. I liked, what was it, the idea of the pylon sentry turrets for Necrons.
It's kind of crazy looking, but very cool.
And the one big thing I'm looking forward is the new Death Corps list, because obviously we have the Siege list, but they have they said there's going to be a new Death Corps list as well as a list for Necrons, so that could be pretty awesome as well. So we have a picture here of I didn't have enough slides, so I had to put them all on the same thing. We've got the 3 armies that are going to be involved: the Minotaurs, Death Corps, and the Necrons. Apparently, a new, what are they called? It's not a chapter of Necrons. Whatever you class Necrons as.
Necrontyr, is it?
Yeah, they got a new Necron family thingy. It's the words just escape my mind right now. It's so yeah, really exciting stuff. I mean, when Forge World comes out with stuff, it's always good.
But it is, just to clarify and to quote Aladdin, it is a whole new world, a new fantastic place, which is kind of cool. Like, they're actually expanding the universe a bit more, because that's one of the things we have mocked a few times on the Hammer, is the fact that 40k doesn't seem to move on very, very much. So this is something new, which is nice.
Dynasty, that's the word. So thanks for that. They yeah, that's the word I'm trying to think of. A new dynasty. But yeah, it expand the universe. That's gonna be pretty awesome. I like how they kind of talked about bringing the aspect of war more into it, like the losses and just how devastating war is. Because really, that's not something that they kind of bring up in Warhammer. It's just kind of like, war is there, and that's the thing, and that's the best part about our universe.
In the future, there's only war.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Savage, anything you want to add more to the? I know you do. You're looking at that video really intensely.
Hey,
I mean, I thought
they're my secrets.
I think I saw you reaching for your wallet as well.
No. I like the what are they? Now called toxic disease.
Was it a flyer?
The game boards.
Oh, the game boards. Oh, okay.
Like the themed game boards. That'd be cool if they, like, because they've done like the trench one and stuff. It'd be cool to see more of them ones come out as well.
It would be. I mean, they're not cheap. Those big solid resin battle boards, but
no, but they do look cool.
They're pretty amazing. I would like to get one just for if I was doing armies on parade or something like that, or just get one as my display board at home for, that themed army. But
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting stuff, and it's good to get something that's really positive and coming back into the hobby rather than talking about price increases and stuff. So.
Well, that's one of the things we were saying with these, like with the models and the Imperial Armours. As long as you've got a rule book, you can kind of stick with Forge World and say goodbye to Games Workshop as long as your wallet allows you to.
Yeah, as long as your wallet allows you. Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. But we're kind of going on to nearly 40 minutes here, so I did forget to mention something before when we were talking about news, and it was that where is it? Basically, there was the Tau releases selling out. The special editions selling out. The new kits are selling out. They're
Pretty much everything in the Battlesuit collection.
Yeah, everything in the Battlesuit collection. I was surprised how can you sell out of a one-click collection? Because that means you have to go through all your stock of just those single models. Obviously, Games Workshop's doing something right with releasing a codex a month. Now that they're going through shortages in stock like this.
See, we mocked it a few weeks ago, but maybe it's the orange paint job. People just like the new orange towel.
Yeah, it's... I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it's good to see people spending money. The more money that goes into the hobby, I guess the better stuff that comes to us, maybe. I don't know, I'm trying to put a good spin on money going to Games Workshop, but...
Yeah, I don't think you can. Unless Games Workshop's wallets get fatter. Yes.
But there could be some delays of a few days or possibly even weeks, and some shops are only getting the codex, not even getting any models yet, because the demand's been so crazily high.
Yeah, and it does look like it's just the stuff from the Battlesuit collection, from what I can tell.
You'd think they'd have like they obviously did, like a projected like sales kind of thing, but you'd think it'd be enough for a while. Like a towel's been out for a day and it's already selling out.
People like big shiny robots.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they perceive them to be.
You'd think like it's been so long since Towel's got a release, and all those Towel players waiting, like closet Towel players and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we have a whole bunch of rules for Tau as well that people have pulled from all sorts of different locations, mostly from people getting their codexes early. We're not going to go through them all, obviously, because we're kind of running out of time, and we've given Tau a lot of mention in the last couple episodes. But I thought I'd just open it up and just throw it out there. Savage, I showed you those rules. What is something that springs to your mind as a rules aspect? Pick your favorite rule. Please tell me you read it.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
The one thing I said to read.
I've been slaving away for you, Savage.
Okay.
I remember. Yeah. What? Yeah, that rule.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
That rule. Okay.
Yeah, that rule. Okay.
Seb. Seb, I know that you are not too familiar with the 40k rules. You only played a couple games, but what's a rule that kind of stands out to you?
Well, the two main things that stick out to me is that I think it's pretty much possible through your HQ and upgrades and things that pretty much everyone can have Skyfire now. So Tau are going to be blowing all flyers up left, right, and centre. And the other thing that's quite scary is that if they use 2 marker lighters, they can negate any saving throw, which is kind of insane. Like, that could be, really worrying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one that kind of, it's not really a rule, it's more like just a change of a unit, but the sniper drones. I really enjoyed sniper drones in the last edition, but now you can get more of them. It's only like 50 something points for a squad of 3.
58 points.
Yeah.
3 in a spotter.
And you can add more spotters, and you can add up to 9 snipers, I think, if that's what I remember. And if it's the same rule from the last one, I think it's like strength 6, something crazy like that. All I know is that they were very handy at taking down transports. So that's my big thing that I'm going to look at, those sniper drones. I really...
AP5 sniper.
Yeah.
Did they... Has anyone mentioned the Warlord traits?
I think the Warlord traits are in there, yes. But,
because that'd be interesting to see what they are seeing. The previous ones have kind of all fit with the fluff, so to speak.
So while Toxic dives into that, there's definitely Vespid and Kroot, which is nice. They've definitely been seen. There was all sorts of rumours whether they're going to be in or not. So yeah, Vespid and Kroot are representing.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of another thing that I like the look of, and it fits on the sniper theme actually. Apparently you can upgrade your recruit to have sniper rifles or a sniper-esque like weapon. Where are we going? I need to make more notes of this stuff, but first episode, give me a break.
Didn't you read the notes?
I did read the notes, that's why I know it's in there.
But they're also a point cheaper as well on the crew.
Yeah, here we go. Apparently, for 1 point extra, you can change the Kroot rifle into a heavy 1 AP6 sniper weapon. But apparently, it's called precision ammunition, and if that's something that you can give your whole squad, I'm gonna be running squads of just, maxed out Kroot with sniper weapons. Cause
being stealthy in forests.
Yeah, just shoot, because you can shoot them, fire all the sniper weapons. You're gonna get a couple of 6s, and snipers can single out targets. So that's just a squad that you can just send, to their deaths, just to try and take out special weapons and sergeants from squads. And I really love that idea.
So Toxic, are you gonna go buy 2 battle forces of Tau now?
No.
No? You sure?
No, because there's no Kroot in the battle forces now.
Oh really?
But there is a crew battle force.
There is a Kroot collection, yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
The other thing with the Tau, they've just released the Art of War, which is a digital supplement with 6 extra missions for them, which is $4.99. Well, that's English shillings. I'm not quite sure what the price is in America, but yeah, it's a digital supplement to add to it.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed a few of those things. I can't remember their names, but I have, when I did kind of keep track of their digital sales, I was looking at, they do have a few things like this where you can pay a few dollars and get a few missions. I think they did it for, I believe they might have done it for Dark Angels and Chaos as well, but I mean, I'm not too sure. This is just kind of what I remember. So it's, I mean, I definitely like that idea. Get a few more missions in for, not too much money, I guess.
Oh, and then there's also a Citadel painting guide for Tau as well, because they're really pushing all their digital stuff now. Yeah.
So chat room's talking about how I'm going to be playing. Well, Fox says a shilling that I buy Tau before the end of the year. Maybe. How is it? It's not a bad thing. You're not insulting me.
Make it the blue numeron.
I mean, the last time I played Tau was last year, end of last year. I was in America when I was playing Tau, so we'll see.
2 battle forces.
Not 2 battle forces. The whole point of the 2 battle forces is when we first got into 40k, I was convinced into buying 2 battle forces, and then I played them once and sold them.
Because Tau was so great.
Apparently, Fox has said, this just in, Dice Troop is starting a charity run every time Toxic buys a new army. We'll donate $1.
Oh man, we're gonna be poor by the end of the month then.
I'm gonna be poor.
I'm glad we're not doing it by the Space Marine.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that kind of wraps up the show. Seb,
Probably
what do you have? What's that, sorry?
I was saying, just the announcement of things coming up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What do you have going this week?
This week we're actually, I believe it's 2 weeks from now. We've got the Tau Fluff Talk with you joining Brett and myself, and also I think it's 2 weeks time on the 17th of April, I believe, which is the 3rd Wednesday, will be the second Black Vault episode, where we probably finally stick the boot into James Swallow as he probably deserves.
Savage, obviously, what are you doing? We got Battle Bros coming out. You doing anything special for Dice Troop? Anything posted on the blog?
Reading notes.
Reading notes. Okay.
Yeah, reading notes. No, I got a Death Company Dread that I'll probably have some picks up soon, and maybe something else. Who knows? Depends on if I feel like it or not.
Okay, yeah. We also have an intro episode of Table Talks with Corruption Points. Corruption Points, if you haven't seen he's got a very popular pen and paper RPG blog, so he'll be doing a show with us, and that is on Monday at 1 p.m.
He's also in our Battle Bros episode.
Yeah, Corruption Points also joins us on this episode of Battle Bros, and he talks about why he left 40k.
There weren't enough Terminators.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to kind of mention that obviously this is a non-profit organization. However, we will put a lot of time and a bit of money into bringing these shows and everything. They're always going to be free, but if you do feel the need, we do have a donate button on the Dice Troop blog. Anything goes a long way. And I lost connection. Okay, I think I'm back, but it might just be me. I lost internet connection there, so let's see if we can get everyone else back.
Hello.
Okay, I lost connection there for a bit. I don't know what happened, but I think we're back.
At least it happened at the end.
Yeah, at least that happened at the end. So yeah, I don't know where I cut off, but I was basically talking about donations. Again, this is all free. But if you do feel the need to donate, there's a donate button on the Dice Troop blog.
It's better to give us your money than give it to Games Workshop.
Yeah, so thanks again for joining us on this episode. It's a very, very long episode. So I guess we'll wrap it up quickly here. I don't think there's anything else to add. So thanks for joining us. Okay, you're back right when we're about to leave?
Yeah. Oh no! No, don't leave, guys.
Okay, so again, yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Toxic, and we have Seb and Savage.